Let me give you another example. Here are 3 well-known brands of chocolate. I'm sure you've heard of all of them, but I wonder how many of you know the history and the background of just one of them, the Hershey Company. How many of you know about the founder of the Hershey Company and how they came about? Very many? In our research, we found that less than 20% actually know the story of Milton Hershey, who started the Hershey Company in 1894 near Lancaster, Pennsylvania. The company grew very rapidly, and actually by 1909, Milton Hershey and his wife, who were unable to have children of their own, decided to gift nearly their entire fortune to a charitable foundation to create an orphanage, to provide education and home and college training to underprivileged boys and girls. And for the past 105 or 10 years, this organization has trained, housed, and college educated 2,000 students every year, the largest organization of its kind. And so every day, actually, the gift from Milton Hershey and the profits of those proceeds from that organization go to support this school. And in their Quaker modesty, they don't really talk about this very much. Most people don't know about it. But when we saw this and talked with the people at Hershey, we had a hypothesis. We said, I'll bet that if more people knew about what you do and have done for over 100 years without asking anything special in return, they would think differently of you. And so we did exactly that. We asked hundreds and hundreds of U.S. adults across the country how they perceived the Hershey Company on warmth, competence, and what their degree of loyalty was. And then we told them this story about the Hershey Foundation and Milton Hershey and his wife. And then asked again. And here's what we found. Not only did we see that perceptions of Hershey changed very significantly, not only were they perceived to be more and friendly, but frankly, they were also seen to be much more competent. And that's frankly how our brains work. When we see someone who acts this way towards someone else, we think that they will act toward us in a similar way, even if we never have direct contact with them. A dramatic change in both their warmth perceptions and their competence perceptions. Because our brains perceive these companies and brands as if they were tribes or social groups. And what we see and what we know about their leader and about what the people do impacts how we perceive them. As you might expect, the loyalty went up significantly as well. And this is for a brand on a scale of 1 to 10 that also had pretty strong loyalty to begin with. And so the reality is we do not form loyalty to companies or brands or practices. The way our brains are wired is we form loyalty to people and what we know about those people and what their intentions and abilities suggest about how they'll act towards us.